Dave Batista is a wrestling legend turned action movie star. His breakout role was Drax the Destroyer for the MCU in Guardians of the Galaxy. He reprised the role in the sequel and for Avengers, Infinity War and Endgame. But you can next see Dave Batista in Zack Snyder's zombie epic Army of the Dead. But Justice Con was this past weekend and he revealed some very interesting information. Fans for years have been saying Dave Batista for Bane is perfect casting, and the question was poised towards Dave Batista: what about Bane? Would you do it? And this is what Dave Batista had to say. Oh, it would be Bane all day long. I've made no secret about this. I want to play Bane so bad, I went to Warner Brothers, had an appointment with them, had an appointment with DC, walked in the door and said, I want to play Bane. I'm not kidding. They were a little like, whoa, we're not even casting Bane. And I was like, I don't care. I'm playing him. So that's pretty cool. And we got to see some images in the past of Dave Batista at Warner Brothers Studios. And that had many fans thinking, why is he going there? You know, I think he put the caption important meeting or, you know, something like that. People were like, oh, Bane or DC movie or something like that. You know, is he looking for the Snyder Cut to come out? So that was pretty cool. And it's revealed that he wanted to play Bane. He went to them, but they're not casting a Bane right now. And this is also from this article from Screen Rant. Though Batista's meeting with DC was unsuccessful, he still may wind up playing Bane at some point in the future. The Batman is already crowded with iconic villains including Catwoman, Penguin, Riddler. Reeves and the others behind the film may have felt adding Bane would be too much, regardless of who played the part. It's also possible DC and Warner Bros. Are looking to put some more space between Tom Hardy's well-received portrayal of Bane in The Dark Knight Rises and his next live-action film appearance. I don't really believe that too much, you know, like you know, we had The Dark Knight come out in 2012 and Batman v Superman come out in 2016. That's a 4-year gap. It's 2021 now. It's nearly a decade since the Tom Hardy one. So come on, you know, that shouldn't be an excuse whatsoever. But it could still happen. He could be Bane in a standalone DC Black one like the Joker movie. He could end up in Matt Reeves' one. But sure, he's showed his interest. And you know what? Warner Brothers would be stupid if they were casting a Bane not to think of Dave Batista, because he is a star from Marvel, a billion-dollar star, wrestling icon as well. You know, so him as Bane would be pretty cool. There's an interesting comic as well. Maybe you guys might check it out. Kind of the origin of Bane. And it actually delves deep into Bane as a character, his troubled upbringing, stuff like that. Him living in a prison for years, building himself up. So there's a pretty cool story, comic book out there. Definitely go check that out. But Dave Batista, I think, has improved as an actor. He's not the best actor, but he's improved. You know, Blade Runner 2049 was pretty good in that, you know. So I think definitely in Army of the Dead, he looks pretty badass as well. He looks good. Some acting chops needed for that role also. So yeah, Dave Batista as Bane would be pretty badass, and I would love to see that as a DC Black Label or in Matt Reeves' The Batman. But of course, it's Matt Reeves' world. He could have a different interpretation for Bane. We'll have to wait and see. And that's not all he had to say regarding DC characters. This comes from Comic Book Report. Army of the Dead's Batista is up to play DC's Lobo. After building a solid reputation playing Drax the Destroyer in the MCU, Dave Batista is interested in playing a similar role as Lobo in the DCEU. Dave Batista has been lighting up movie screens in major films such as Spectre and Blade Runner 2049, as well as the upcoming Army of the Dead and Dune. However, he is best known for playing Drax the Destroyer in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and apparently has his sights set on Lobo in the DC Extended Universe. This is what Dave Batista had to say at JusticeCon. I would really take a look at Lobo. I'd be really interested if somebody came up with a Lobo film. I'd be all over that. It's unclear how long Batista's Marvel Studios contract is for, but Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be his 5th MCU outing. That film is written and directed by James Gunn, and Batista was one of the most outspoken supporters after he was temporarily fired from the project. Created by Roger Slifer and Keith Giffen, Lobo debuted in 1993 as Mega Man number 3 and peaked in popularity in the 1990s. While he hasn't played a big role in DC in more recent years, Lobo still has a loyal fan base. A Lobo movie has been in various stages of development since 2009, but gained big traction in 2018 when it was announced that Michael Bay was being eyed to helm the project. However, plans for the film fell apart as there's been no word over it over the past several years. Now, okay, Lobo. Pretty cool character. I know there was a lot of fan casting that Jason Momoa would be cool for the role. Of course, he's Aquaman now, so that won't happen. So, do I think there's a future for Dave Batista in the DC universe? I would like to think so, because how long will he stay as Drax the Destroyer? How long can they milk that in the MCU in terms of Guardians of the Galaxy movies and appearances for those characters. Yeah, they could do 4, 5, 6 movies. Of course they could. It's the MCU. But I think Dave Bautista likes more challenging roles. You know, he took up Army of the Dead. He turned down a role in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad film so he could do Army of the Dead. You know, Bane would be a very interesting character. Lobo would be another interesting character. And I think Michael Bay, say what you want about Michael Bay, a big action movie, he knows how to make box office change, you know. He would do pretty well. I would like to see that now with Michael Bay. But, of course, that's another DC project that fell apart. You can name 100 DC projects that were announced or, you know, in development. It didn't happen. You know, that's just DC for you, which is disappointing. But Lobo would be interesting. You know, has that kind of wit to the character, big character, he has that look, you know, his comedy timing is brilliant. So, yeah, that would be cool to see. And also, if you kind of look, my kind of pick for a Lobo actor was Ryan Hurst. He played Beta from The Walking Dead. He has the hair, he's a really big guy, and he's my pick definitely for that role. Fun fact, I put up a fan casting on Instagram once, and that Ryan Hurst should play Lobo. And he got it and he shared it and he put it up on his Instagram, which was pretty cool. So, yeah. But guys, what's your thoughts on Batista trying and telling Warner Brothers, I'm going to play Bane? And they're like, we're not casting a Bane now. But, well, when you are, I'm playing Bane. Do you think it will be a DC Black Label film? Do you think it could be, if the Snyderverse gets expanded, could that happen? Could we get to see Dave Batista in the Matt Reeves world? Where do you think that could happen? And Lobo, would you like to see that happen? Maybe with Michael Bay as a director? I'd love to see that, actually. But what other DC character do you think Dave Batista will be perfect for? Let me know below. Guys, give a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Come follow me on the social medias. Movies That Matter. Catch you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay positive. And Dave Batista, he doesn't wait for the roles. He goes and gets them himself, which is pretty badass.